Disney taking ownership of Star Wars had divided fans, as some of their media were hits while others missed. One thing they did pull off, however, was make 9 anime TV shorts in a series called Star Wars Visions. I can say this is one of the best Star Wars Disney Plus programs yet, and I'll be ranking the episodes from weakest to strongest, since some shorts are more impressive than others. For those that haven't watched the things that are truly out of this world, here is a spoiler alert so you can proceed with caution. Reach your ship and find the hyperdrive because it's time to punch it. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here are the top 9 Star Wars Visions episodes. Tatooine Rhapsody. After a failed attempt to escape the war, Jay gets hit and a Hutt named Guy takes him in and asks to be the lead singer of his rock band, Starwaver. Their performances don't really please their audience, though what's worse is Boba Fett had interest in Guy, just not in a good way, because he's a bounty hunter, in case that wasn't obvious. So what does Jay do about this? Motivate his colleagues into rescuing the one who started the group from Jabba Hutt. While I wouldn't call this episode bad or anything near the sort, I did question its existence, as making a Star Wars band episode is the equivalent of making a What If episode about Thor being a student who parties hard instead of working. The music they played to convince Jabba to be their sponsor was pretty decent and satisfied the crowd. However, all the other episodes are what I actually expect from Star Wars anime. The Duel. A lone wanderer we call the Ronin along with his droid have walked upon a small village, and his timing couldn't have been better as an army of stormtroopers showed up so they could steal from the defenseless citizens. If the people don't fear the troopers, then their leader will surely be a fearsome face, especially seeing that she's armed with lightsabers attached to something which would make the whole weapon look like a bumbershoot, and the droid assists within the area with maintenance from a T-Man. It was honestly unpredictable how the Traveler was a Sith, because one baddie fighting another is rare, especially in Star Wars. The combat was actually cool, and it's interesting to see little glimmers of color in a black and white atmosphere. And I like how instead of booing the guy when he revealed his purpose, the Chief accepts the red kyber crystal as a gift. Truly a journey worth your time. The Elder. Tajin and his Padawan, Dan, explore the Outer Rim, where there is a reason for a disturbance being sensed. Upon entering an isolated planet and heading to the village, they hear there is an Elder who has a knack for hiking on the mountaintop. Dan had followed the trail, and the Elder had been found, and despite saying there really is no good or evil, he is a Sith who no longer associates with his kind, as he left before the troop came apart. I must applaud how they did the exact opposite of the usual student overcomes the villain while the master is down trope. The death of the Elder is done in a satisfying way, and it seemed he didn't want to let his enemies gain any further knowledge as he blew up his ship before his demise. A true knight would know that not every old person is wise, and the two Jedi both did their parts. Akakiri. Tsubaki is a Jedi who's been all by himself, and he had been getting terrible visions about someone dying in front of him, yet his old love, Misa, dismissed that for the time being, as she was overthrown by her aunt, Masago, a member of the Sith. As reaching the royal palace is their goal, they get help from 2 guides named Senshu and Kamamachi, and unfortunately for the heroes, Masago has caught up with them, and things have gone downhill. This tale was actually remarkable, as it's a little more than the simple escort mission, although what's preventing me from ranking it any higher on the list is that the ending is a little too dark for me by Star Wars standards, and I especially feel that way when the saga is under Disney's control, even if this isn't made for kids. I do, nonetheless, mourn for the loss of Misa and how Tsubaki switching sides was the only way to save her. TOB-1. A droid named TOB-1, pronounced Toby-1 if you say it fast enough, has been given life thanks to Professor Mitaka, and despite the wonderful life of mechanics around him, Toby longs to be a Jedi like in his dreams. Needing a kyber crystal as the main material for a lightsaber, Toby searched the planet, and after going to the basement against his creator's order, he found a starship and unintentionally led the Sith to his home, and the Inquisitor murdered the man. Those who longed for an Astro Boy meets Star Wars anime has their hopes met here, and unlike the previous entry, this one is mostly light-hearted. You actually would feel like rooting for the young robot regardless of your age, and it's also neat seeing him step up in making his planet a better place, not just by killing the killer. He vows to uphold Mitaka's legacy, and that truly is the spirit. The Twins. The remaining survivors of the First Order and Sith Eternal had been putting together a 2-in-1 Star Destroyer so they could destroy the planets and the New Republic using the powerful laser it provides. Who leads the two groups? Twins who are sensitive to the Force and trained in the dark side. Surprisingly, on the day the leaders would fulfill their destiny, Kari goes rogue because he fears if they go through with the plan, Am would die according to a vision he had. A lot of you may be shocked at how high I have this episode on the list. Well, I frankly admired the concept of two siblings born from evil and realizing some things are stronger than blood. There are some amazing shots, even if some of them are reminiscent of stuff from the films. No matter how wicked one may seem, it's never too late to do the right thing, as Kari wants his sister safe. The Village Bride. On a remote planet, a fallen Jedi named F is drawn there because of Valko, the Explorer. The main thing going on, however, is Haru, daughter of the Chief, is engaged to Asu, and before they officially take their big leap, they use their mysterious powers not only to connect with their environment, but take a trip down memory lane so they're reminded of the happy childhood times, and notwithstanding Saku's refusal, the couple-to-be go through with their surrender. I'd be lying if I said this wasn't the most visually stunning episode of the bunch, and F has got me intrigued with the kind of warrior she is, as she and Valko were needed when Haru's plan didn't go accordingly. Though it turns out the planet is taken care of as the bandits have been defeated and the couples along with F have moved on. It really is an honor among royals. Lop and Ocho. The Empire currently reigns supreme, yet an alien rabbit named Lop escaped capture on Tau, and the moment Yasaburo and Ocho discovered her, the daughter convinced her father to adopt the runaway. As 7 years went by, the Empire took over the planet and used the natural resources within it for their benefit. Yasaburo wants the Empire to go away, whereas Ocho believes there is room for cooperation with the enemy, and Lop couldn't save them from dividing. Now this is a tale of family done right, and despite Yasaburo not giving birth to Lop, he knows Lop will serve the family well, as she received the ancient lightsaber from him. There's also quite the surprise how Ocho went from an angel to a monster, making the combat between the sisters have all the more stakes. Even though the siblings have gone separate ways, Lop knew their relationship with each other and Yasaburo could be saved, and that's admirable determination. The Ninth Jedi. With not many Jedi around, Margrave Juro has asked for 7 Jedi to receive lightsabers at his Ariel temple, and the only person who got their weapon at the moment was Ethan. A sabersmith named La Zima is the one responsible for creating the swords, and while it was sweet that his daughter, Kara, would also get one, the color of the blade is determined by the type of warrior they are, and Kara's doesn't really have much of a glow. Following the questioning of the tool's look, the hunters apprehended Zima, leaving Kara as the one who can make the special delivery. What makes this episode the greatest is the huge twist on how those who were summoned revealed themselves as imposters who took the real Jedi's place. Another revelation is Juro was inside the big droid the whole time. Furthermore, Kara is among the youngest Jedi in the media, whether this is canon or not, with or without a true lightsaber. Together, the new heroes formed a new order as the next task they set out to do is save the Sabersmith, and should there be more Star Wars anime, I anticipate how this story can be topped. Want the fiction to spread? Then please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications. Don't forget to also comment below and follow me on Instagram for teasers and thumbnail previews of future YouTube videos. Thanks for watching, look forward to seeing you again, and have a good night-o!